Now let's play a little game, shall we? In the clip you're about to see, ask yourself this. Does this man strike you as a doctor? Maybe an engineer? A future leader of industry perhaps? Or, just maybe, is he a grown man sitting inside a public rubbish bin, eating his lunch and hurling abuse at the person filming him? I'll leave that judgment to you. We'll dive into this story in today's video, but before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Right now, only 12% of viewers are subscribed, so join the community and help us grow. Now, sarcasm aside, let's talk seriously. This kind of behavior isn't quirky. It isn't harmless, it's antisocial, it's aggressive, and it's becoming far too common in towns and cities, up and down the country. We don't know who this man is, we don't know where he's come from, whether he's here legally, or what his background is, but what we can see clearly is that this is not someone adding value to the community. He's not working, he's not contributing, he's sitting in a public bin and verbally abusing passers-by. And yet, time and time again, concerns about this type of behavior are brushed aside. If anyone dares to question it, they're met with accusations of prejudice or scaremongering. But let's be honest, the British public are tired of being gaslit into silence. This isn't about nationality, race, or background. It's about standards. Standards of decency, behavior, and respect for the public space we all share. If we want safe, clean, and respectful communities, this kind of conduct cannot be tolerated. It's not just embarrassing, it's a warning sign. A sign that something is deeply broken in how we're managing immigration, integration, and public order. Watch the clip.
Sansos.
C'est dégueulasse le poulet ça même.
Comment ça t'aide?
Arrête, il me manquait d'arrête. Moi j'ai trop rentré maintenant, bah ouais. Somebody body.
And decide for yourself, is this the future we were promised? What we just saw isn't an isolated incident, it's part of a growing pattern. When behavior like this is tolerated, excused, or ignored, it sends a message that there are no standards, no expectations, and no consequences. The British public deserves better. People have every right to expect safe, respectful communities, and to question what's going wrong when that's clearly not happening. This isn't about hate, it's about holding everyone to the same standard, regardless of where they're from. Until that happens, we'll keep seeing more of this. More chaos, more disrespect, and more silence from those in charge. It's time to stop pretending this is normal, because it's not. In other news, terrorists from ISIS are being handed Syrian passports, sparking concern they could travel to the UK. Reports are emerging from Damascus that the new Syrian regime was granting citizenships to foreign Islamic extremists. Former al-Qaeda jihadist Ahmed al-Shara seized power and became Syrian president in December after deposing the former leader Bashar al-Assad, who fled to Moscow. Shadow Foreign Secretary Dame Priti Patel called the reports extremely alarming. Al-Shara became the interim president of Syria in January after he led the rebel offensive that overthrew al-Assad. His party, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, HTS, took control in the capital Damascus, have tried to consolidate their hold over a nation fractured by a 14-year war and bouts of sectarian violence that have fueled distrust of him among minorities. The country has been hit with waves of ethnic and religious violence, including an ISIS attack on a Christian church which killed 22 people. The terrorists who attacked the Heaton Park Hebrew congregation in Manchester pledged alliance to ISIS over the phone with the emergency services. Now, the Express reports jihadists could be travelling to Syria to gain citizenship and a passport so they could come to the UK. Current guidelines state Syrian nationals can apply for a standard visitor visa, costing just £127 for up to a 6-month stay. Dame Priti Patel told the Express, "It is extremely alarming to hear that the Syrian government is apparently handing out passports and citizenship to Islamist militants. Our first concern should be making sure no such people are able to use this newfound status as a way to get into the UK and commit acts of violence. Just this month, we experienced an abhorrent attack on a synagogue by an ISIS-aligned terrorist. The threat is incredibly serious. President al-Shara made history when he became the first Syrian leader to address the United Nations, telling the General Assembly the country was reclaiming its rightful place among the nations of the world. However, co-chair of political affairs for the Autonomous Administration of North and East Syria, Arnis, Badran Chiakurd, added, HTS includes extremist foreign jihadist groups, some of which were part of ISIS, while others are affiliated with Al-Qaeda, Huras al-Din, the Turkestan Islamic Party, and others. What is particularly dangerous is that the HTS-led government in Damascus is granting these foreign fighters Syrian citizenship. Once they obtain Syrian passports, they will be able to travel to other countries, potentially posing a threat to the countries they go to. A government spokesman said, "Our priority remains maintaining the safety and security of the UK. We will take action to prevent those who engage in activity that threatens our national security from entering the UK, and robust security checks are in place as part of the visa application process." The Syrian government has taken decisive action against Daesh. We will continue to work with relevant authorities across Syria to ensure Daesh's enduring defeat. The Syrian government is developing closer ties with Moscow. President al-Shara told Vladimir Putin he would honor all past deals struck between his country and the Kremlin. It suggests Moscow's two main military bases in Syria are safe. President al-Shara told President Putin, "There are bilateral relations and shared interests that bind us with Russia, and we respect all agreements made with it. We are working on redefining the nature of relations with Russia." Mr. Putin told him that Moscow was ready to do all it could to act on what he called many interesting and useful beginnings that had already been discussed between the two sides when it came to renewing relations. New data has found that petrol and diesel cars are being targeted by criminals less as thieves move on from targeting catalytic converters to electric vehicle charging cables. Thefts of catalytic converters have plummeted over the last 3 years, according to new data, with just 150 being stolen across 30 different police forces last year. In contrast, a staggering 6,909 catalytic converters were stolen in 2021. This peak was followed by 5,442 in 2022 and just under 2,000 in 2023. South Yorkshire was found to have seen the largest drop, with 850 incidents reported in 2021 compared to just 5 last year, a staggering fall of 99.4%. Experts have suggested that this could be down to strong police action and a fall in the value of precious metals used in the catalytic converters. One of the key materials used in the devices is rhodium. The price of the metal hit a 10-year high in 2021, but has since dropped dramatically, reducing the value of the stolen devices. Assistant Chief Constable Sarah Graham of the National Police Chiefs Council, NPCC, said it was working with partner agencies to crack down on criminals targeting the devices. Some forces have encouraged to use forensic smart water tracking technology, which makes it easier for police to identify where the catalytic converter is from when it is tracked down. The technology, which can be completed when a car is taken in for its MOT, has been backed by police forces for making it easier to crack down on theft and target the criminals taking advantage of drivers. However, while thefts of catalytic converters continue to fall, criminals may be turning their attention to copper inside electric vehicle charging cables. Tom Jervis, consumer reporter at Auto Express, said, "While it's encouraging to see catalytic converter thefts plummet so dramatically, our data shows that criminals are simply changing tactics rather than disappearing altogether." The rise in EV cable thefts is the latest reminder that as car technology evolves, so do the opportunities for crime. Industry data shows that incidents of cable cutting has surged by 400% over the last year, with thieves targeting copper inside. Despite the criminals' intentions, charge point operators have highlighted how the copper inside the cables is likely only worth around £15 or £20. While thieves will continue to target charging cables, charge point operators are having to fork out thousands of pounds to repair each cable. One of the UK's largest charging network providers, InstaVolt, has taken steps to hire security at stations and fitting GPS trackers to its cables to deter would-be thieves. Delvin Lane, CEO of InstaVolt, said cable theft was one of the fastest growing concerns that could put drivers off from investing in an electric car. It could also undermine investment in the UK's charging network, with companies wanting to avoid additional repair costs if they are targeted by criminals. Mr. Jervis added, "It's clear that police and manufacturers have made real progress in tackling catalytic converter theft through better tracking, forensic marking, and falling scrap values. But with the rapid growth of electric vehicles, the focus now has to shift to protecting the UK's charging network." What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.